Hey, what's going on, guys? We are back with an episode, and by we, I mean me. Like I said before, Max. We'll see when he comes back. But to start the episode off, my dog is sounding like it's murdering somebody. Want to parlay.com? Go to it. Get 100% deposit match, 10 to 250 bucks. Go on there, do it, and get you some money, free money. Um, but anyways, we will get on with the episode. Happy Thanksgiving to anybody that is watching. I'm gonna look at my notes real quick that I got. So we're gonna go over all the games that happened yesterday. I may go over the Eagles and the Bears game because it's on right now. And then we're gonna do Week 13 preview. I have some things to talk about on each game, whatever. I put a prediction for each game. I have one for this Eagles game, so I'll say that before it's over, even though it's not looking good right now. And then we'll do Week 13. Then we'll do some college football. Talk about rivalry weekend. Then we'll talk about Champions League match week 5, I believe it is. And then do a little bit of talk on the NBA, just like some bigger things that have happened, and then some of the moves in MLB. And that should be all that we talk about. But it should be a decently long episode, so we'll see. I don't have anything pulled up yet, so let me do that real quick. I don't know why I started recording without it up. Yeah. So let me start with the first game of Thanksgiving. So, first one is the Lions and the Packers. Packers will get a big win. I did say I picked Detroit to win. Didn't turn out great. I also had Jahmyr Gibbs on my fantasy team. That didn't go great because that stupid fuck got me 11 points. And then Josh Jacobs in his return. Honestly, it looks like he controls their, like, when he is getting the ball, whether he's getting a lot of yards or not, they play so much better when he's playing. And they seem to control the clock a lot more. I mean, he only had, I think, 78 yards. Let me see. 83 yards. But they just if I could find some stats on the actual game instead of just player stats. Yeah, no, I guess not. Matchup. That's what I want. I guess they didn't have the ball as much, but it felt like they had the ball the whole game. And then Micah Parsons, he was wrecking that game. He was balling. And I mean, the Lions, it just seems like they can't win if they can't run the ball. And then Amon-Ra also is hurt. So that's also not great. And then Jordan Love has one of his signature good games. And then next week he'll probably have like 150 yards and throw for no touchdowns, and they'll lose. But Dontavian Wicks had a career day yesterday, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns. Christian Watson, I said he's basically like their number one. I think they would be better off if Dontavian Wicks and Christian Watson were their number one receivers, like them two being the ones, and instead of Romeo Doubs and I forget Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed, I feel like is a good slot receiver, but I don't think he's a great outside threat unless he just flies past you. And then also big news for the Lions is Frank Ragnow comes back, which probably should help them out a pretty good amount because their offensive line has not looked like the Lions' offensive line lately. But yeah, it was a good game. I mean, every game on Thanksgiving was a good game, honestly. Besides, we're going to talk about the Bengals. But yeah, I mean, once the Packers get healthy in the receiving room, I think they should still start Dontavian Wicks, personally. And obviously Christian Watson's going to start, and then they're going to move them all around, like when it's going to be like some plays will be Dobbs and Golden or whatever. But yeah. And Micah Parsons, dude, he is an animal. Where's his big ass at? 2.5 sacks yesterday. Fucking crazy. That dude, he is so good. And once he got into the groove of things, dude, they just are. Their defense is really good. I know they gave up 24, but I mean the Lions, They held them last game too. So I'm not really too surprised by it. On the Lions side of the ball, though, I mean, Gibbs 68 yards. Dave Montgomery had 32. He scored a touchdown. Goff threw one to J-Mo on a screen pass. J-Mo they need to fucking be getting him the ball like 10, 15 times a game since they said Amon-Ra is going to be out for a couple weeks. Yeah, but I mean, other than that, it was the Lions. They didn't look great. I know they only lost by a touchdown, but they didn't look very good. They try too much trick shit. Now that Ben Johnson's gone, I feel like it just doesn't work as good. Like they tried to do a play where they hand the ball off to, I think it was Dave Montgomery, and he throws the ball back to Goff, and the Goff just dropped it. And then the same thing that happened as well when they tried to do a wildcat play, and Dave Montgomery fucking runs up the line of scrimmage and just throws the ball, and he almost threw a fucking pick. He threw like triple coverage. Yeah, Packers are. I mean, they're good. Lions are out of the playoffs at the moment, which is crazy. But I think they'll probably figure it out. But they better hope the Bears lose, because if not, they will be in for some trouble. And then moving on to the goddamn, why is this not working? That's why. I'm stupid. Moving on to the next one though. The Cowboys and the Chiefs. And the Cowboys win 31-28. Lovely. You love to see it. No Trey Smith for that game, which has really probably hurt the Chiefs a lot. I don't think we found out he was out until like really maybe a day before the game. And Rashee Rice is fucking insane. I mean, Dak and Mahomes were just going back and forth. But Hollywood got himself a touchdown. Travis Rashee Rice had a little screenplay type play for a touchdown, like a little bubble screen or whatever it was. And then he had that one where Mahomes looked like he broke his arm when he threw it. But the Chiefs, man, they're down in the dumps. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. This is the worst that they've looked in a long time. And also Trent McDuffie was having himself a bad day. He was getting fucking torched by CeeDee Lamb all game. 3 pass interferences, and some of them CeeDee was catching the ball. He was getting pass interference penalties, and CeeDee would just still catch it. It's super funny because I don't like the Chiefs. I also don't like the Cowboys, but I saw a tweet too that somebody was like, "Yeah, yesterday everybody was saying the Cowboys are America's team," which it's goddamn right because nobody wants to fucking see the Chiefs win. And then the Cowboys defense has been looking really, really good since they've gotten more healthy and got some of the picks or the players that they traded for and stuff. I mean, they just look really good. I mean, Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark in the middle. You're not really going to be able to run the ball on them especially if you run up the middle. And their pass rush was looking nice yesterday. Jadeveon Clowney got a sack. I mean, they was looking really good. And honestly, there was a lot of flags going against the Chiefs. I was very surprised about that. I know that the Chiefs, their back end of the Cowboys defense is not great, but they still looked very good. Where I'm confused. Am I dumb? Oh, they scored 3 field goals. That's why. Fucking stupid. But yeah, I mean, Dak, he had a great game. He looked really good. Besides the first fucking 2 plays of the game where he threw that pick, which he was getting pressure on him, but he also threw it to where a dude was fucking playing underneath coverage with a dude playing over top on a curl route or like a comeback route, and he threw it right to Jalen Watson. And then Jalen Watson got torched the rest of the game. But Pickens and Lamb, dude, that is going to be up there for receiving duos next year, even the rest of this year. I mean, they're basically George Pickens. Even when CeeDee was out, he was playing like a number 1 wide receiver. He's really good. I mean, CeeDee, we already know he's like a top 3 or 4 receiver in the league. And then that Malik Davis run was fucking nasty too. I mean, it was good. It was a good run, good, and it was that was a fucking great game to watch. But one thing which obviously they had to fucking put Tony Romo on the Chiefs game. But this motherfucker was saying stupid shit all game, like, yeah, There was literally one time Mahomes threw the ball not really away, but he threw it like there's a deep route and he throws it like 20 yards past the receiver. And Tony Romo's like, yeah, those are the type of plays that'll win you games right there. Like Mahomes throwing the ball and making sure it's nowhere near anybody. Those are the type of plays that'll win you games instead of putting it where it could get picked off. I don't know if it's going to win you games, but it's definitely not a winning play because if anything, he could have just fucking ran around and just fucking threw it away or some shit like somewhere else. But I didn't get that. It didn't make any sense. But there were some crazy plays in that game, like Mahomes almost getting sacked, stumbles. Somebody else comes and he like kind of jumps up and fucking slings the ball down the field. It was a crazy game. I thought the Chiefs were going to come back. Honestly, it's kind of scaring me, but it was a good game, and you love to see the Chiefs losing and maybe not making the playoffs. That would be a dream come true. And then we're going to go on to the best game of the week. Joe Shiesty's back in business, and we love to see it. Obviously, he didn't look crazy, amazingly good, but 261 yards, 2 touchdowns. We had 1 turnover, which was a fumble P. Ryan had when we were handing the ball off, trying to run the clock out. Chase Brown gets to his 6th or 7th. I can't fucking remember which one it is. Game over 100 yards from scrimmage. And Jamar Chase has 110 receiving yards. And the Ravens, if I'm them, I don't know if Lamar is hurt because he definitely is playing like he's hurt. But I would be telling him to either sit out or something because he looks like he is just not the same person. Go Swift. And like they just couldn't do shit yesterday. Likely was balling, but he also had a game losing play for them basically because they were about to go up, I think by two scores or something, and he fumbled into the end zone, and then we get the ball. But Zay Flowers had a crucial fumble. The Bengals defense came to life when Joe Burrow came back. They were punching at the ball. Somehow the Bengals were blitzing. I've never seen anything like it. They still run stupid zone plays where they play 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, but the defense looked so good. If the defense plays like that the rest of the year, there's a small little tiny little like the size of my penis chance that we get into the playoff. But we will see. I doubt it happens, but it would be amazing because I mean the Bills have been playing terrible the last couple weeks besides when Josh Allen had that crazy game. Other than that, they've been playing bad. The Ravens, they don't look like the Ravens right now. I don't know what it is. I think they should be giving the ball to Keaton Mitchell a lot more. I know that much because Derrick Henry is not being Derrick Henry. But he also stopped giving Derrick Henry the ball from like the first quarter until like the middle of the third, which made no sense because he averaged 60 yards a carry that game and had like a 20-yard touchdown. And I mean, I don't know. I would be trying to switch something up. I mean, just makes no sense to me. Yeah, I mean, Jordan Battle with that big touchdown saving punch out. Love to see it. Joseph Osai had the game of his life. I think he had like 3 sacks or 2.5 or something. 2 sacks. He was getting after the quarterback, and there was a couple plays where they didn't even block the motherfucker. And Cedric Johnson was playing really good. DJ Turner and Dax Hill played really good. I don't know how you even bring Cam Taylor-Britt back because he's terrible. Geno Stone played really good as well. Barrett Carter was actually making tackles. You love to see that. Demetrius Knight had a great interception. Pretty much thrown straight to him because Lamar, the ball got tipped or his arm got hit or whatever it was. But the defense came to life yesterday. And if that happens the rest of the season, like when we're playing the Bills, I will say, though, there were some calls that were very questionable, like the pass interference with Zay Flowers. I don't think, personally, that was pass interference. I think it could have been called like it did, but it was definitely a soft call because he pushed off, but he barely did anything. And I think it was DJ Turner or Dex. I don't know. It was one of them two. Kind of embellished it a little bit, but it was definitely I would not have thrown the flag personally, but I am so excited that Joe Burrow's back. I know I didn't want him to come back, but it was the most excited I've been about a football game this year. It was awesome. I really did not want him to come back, but it was awesome. I was so hyped. It's just good to see him out there playing. And him coming back, maybe there's some magic in there, and we can make the playoffs. But the funniest thing about this game was the post game. If anybody watched it, dude, them dudes was acting like they ain't never fucking been on TV before. It was so funny. Joseph Osai fucking talking, and he got food in his mouth, and he's spitting all over the mic and shit. That shit was so funny. And then they some dude grabbed a crab and took a bite out of it and threw it on the ground, and they fucking picked it up, and it was a fucking long snapper. And that shit was so funny. It was awesome. I would definitely recommend going and looking up the post game interview or whatever it would be for the Bengals game yesterday. It was hilarious. But the Bengals, I mean, their offense obviously looks. I mean, you can't even say like people are like, well, it looks like Joe Burrow's a system quarterback. You can't say that they didn't, even though we didn't score a bunch of touchdowns. The offense looked significantly better with Joe Burrow in there. We don't turn the ball over, besides P. Ryan fumbling because Travis Jones didn't get blocked and somebody ripped right through and got his ass. And then, I mean, the offensive line was blocking great yesterday. And I mean, it's just a great looking game for the Bengals. I mean, I hope they keep it up. I really don't like the fact that all of a sudden Joe Burrow comes back and they're like, oh yeah, we got to play Tanner Hudson again. I know he had a touchdown and it was a great touchdown catch, but Noah Fant's been really good for us. Mike Gesicki has been good ever since we got him. And my thing too is Mitchell Tinsley needs to get the ball more often. I know he had 9 targets, only had 2 catches, but that dude, he's been playing really, really good ever since that he's been playing. And Yosivas, I love Yosivas, but he's not I don't think he's as good. He's faster probably, but Tinsley is a jump ball receiver, and he will go up and get those motherfuckers. Like, you need someone like that, especially with your jump ball receiver not being in the game because he has a concussion. But it will be a fun next couple weeks if the Bengals can win next week, because then we have to beat the Bills next week, which is possible. We need to beat the Ravens, which we just did, and beat the fuck out of them, especially if Lamar's looking like how he's looked, which I feel really bad for because he looks like he shouldn't be playing, but he is. And then we have Dolphins. That should be a win, but we'll see. And it's probably going to get flexed out. And then the Cardinals easily should win that game. Especially, hopefully Kyler Murray's back by then and they fucking play him. And then we got Shadussy and the Browns. So we should win. Especially if the defense is playing like that, and especially if Trey Hendrickson comes back and plays. That would be fantastic. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that game, but I am very excited for the rest of the season now that Joe Burrow is back, and it is fun to watch him play. A lot more fun than watching Joe Flacco play because Joe Burrow just does exciting shit. But we will move on to the next one, which is the game that is on right now. So I had a prediction before this game. I had this wrote down in my notes that the Eagles would win 27-21. Right now, it is not looking very good because the Bears are winning 17-9 because Jake Elliott can't kick a football, which I'm not mad about because I don't want the Eagles to win. I thought they would win, but their offense is doing the same shit it normally does. They have a really good drive or they have a really terrible drive. And they've been getting the ball to AJ Brown, which they should, but they won't. I don't think anybody else has a bunch. And Jalen Hurts threw another, or not another. Well, I guess another. It's his second one, but a pick for his second pick of the season. They don't show stats why the game's happening. What are we talking about? Okay. Oh, that's why, because I fucking didn't click on anything, dumbass. I mean, Caleb Williams looks not great, but the running game is unreal. They have 250 rushing yards this game. And Jalen Hurts, and it's 4th down. They got to punt the ball, unless they go for it, which they should not. They're on the 30-yard line. Well, they might. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully they go for it and don't get it. Kamanungai has 121 yards right now. DeAndre Swift has 113 yards right now. They are running the shit out of the ball. Roma Dunze has not done shit either. Caleb Williams, I don't know what the fuck. I know that the Eagles is probably the best defense they have played and probably will play all season, but he's 13 for 31. That's like fucking 30%. Not really. It's like 40, but maybe. Jalen Hurts is 9 for 18, so he's throwing 50%. He's thrown a touchdown and a pick. I know Caleb Williams just threw a pick like last drive, and the Eagles got the ball down to like the 10-yard line and then went for it on fourth down and didn't score. But the Eagles, they can't run the ball. Saquon, they still can't run it. A.J. Brown has 5 catches right now, which, yeah, keep A.J. Brown happy, but who the fuck cares if he ain't winning games? Like, A.J. Brown seems to care more about his stats, which I get that you need the stats to keep getting money and, like, your legacy and stuff. But you probably also want to win games. If you wanted just stats, you could have stayed on the fucking Titans, really. But I don't know. I mean, the Eagles, they're just something wrong with their offense. I don't know what it is. We've talked about it before, but their offense does not look good. It really doesn't. I mean, right now they have 191 yards of offense in this game, and the Bears have 350. The Bears have more rushing yards than the Eagles have total yards in the whole game, and the Bears have double the time of possession to the Eagles. Yeah, I don't really know. It's just not looking good for the Eagles, man. They're on a downward spiral, especially if they lose this game. It's not going to be good for them the rest of the season because I don't even think they really have too many hard games left. Yeah, not really. They play Washington twice, the Chargers, the Raiders, and Bills. Like if their offense couldn't score 25 points a game in those games, they should win. Because the Chargers, they're gonna be killing Justin Herbert. The Raiders are terrible. Washington's terrible without Jaden Daniels, but he could be back by then. But they also haven't looked great when he's been in, and then the Bills haven't looked great either. I don't know. Eagles are. I don't know. I know that it definitely helps the Bears though because that Jalen Johnson's back today. They got Kyler Gordon back today. I think they were gonna get. I think they got a linebacker back or something maybe, but either way, the Bears they might be them. They might be a good team now. I mean, even though Caleb Williams doesn't look amazing right now. I mean, he's only in his second season. He's first year under Ben Johnson. I mean, they're going to figure some shit out eventually. And it's going to be harder when you're playing a good defense like that. So I don't really think that's going to matter too much. But yeah, I mean, now I don't have to talk about this game on Monday unless something changes from now until the end of the game. Which hopefully it doesn't. Well, actually, hopefully it does, but the Bears still win. And then we are going to move on to our week 13 preview. And it's not letting me fucking look at it. There we go. So I don't know why I keep saying that. Week 13 preview. We are going to start off with the Browns and the 49ers. We got Shadusi with his second start of the season. I believe, right? They said he's starting. Right? Yeah, pretty sure they said he's starting. I think personally that this is going to be a really bad game to watch, but I think that the Browns are going to win because their defense is way better than the Panthers. And they just beat the Panthers, just picked off Brock Purdy 3 times, and their pass rush is better than the Panthers. And their linebackers are better than the Panthers. Their secondary is better than the Panthers, besides probably J.C. Horn. That's probably the only person. But I think that it's going to be a problem for Mr. Brock Purdy because the Browns defense is just unreal. They're just really fucking good. The 49ers don't really get a crazy amount of turnovers, especially with no Fred Warner and like all the people they have out. And they don't have their kicker. So, I mean, it's going to be a problem. I think that the Niners will score. I think it's probably going to be a lot of like George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey. But, really? That's nice. Pat Surtain's coming back this week. Not looking good for the Commanders. But, I mean, all I really have on this game is that I think Shador will probably play decently good against the 49ers, especially if he throws those tight ends. And how the hell they got the ball? Wait, I knew they had the ball. But if you throw the ball to Harrelfan, and I don't know if Njoku's playing, he's questionable, but you just do that. You give it to Quishon Judkins. You give it to Dylan Sampson. If the Browns play like they did last week, they can easily win this game. I think they are going to win this game because I think they are going to play almost exactly how they did last week. Shador has a week under his belt of starting and getting first team reps. Like more reps you get, the better you're going to play. I think the Browns win. My prediction I have written down for this game is I think the Browns win 21-17. I mean, their defense is just so good. I know they're not the best offensive team, but they are able to move the ball when they need to, and their defense gets turnovers and they get sacks and they can win the field position battle. So it's going to be a rough day probably for Brock Purdy. I think, and I know this is probably going to come back to bite me because the fucking 49ers will probably win. I mean, they're fucking favored by what, 4.5, yeah. Um, but I just think the Browns defense, which they have been bad in some games, which it's not a lot of games, but it's mostly against really good offenses, which the 49ers do not have a great offense. Because most games that they've lost, they don't give up a crazy amount of points besides the Patriots. And in the first game, these are just the ones I remember. But against the Ravens, when they gave up like 41. But, I mean, when they play teams that don't have a bunch of crazy, like a crazy good QB, I feel like they shut them out. Like, besides the Jets, because the Jets scored 2 touchdowns on special teams, which I know special teams is a part of the game. But the 49ers, I don't think their special teams are that great, and neither are the Browns. So, I mean, somebody could score like that, but I doubt it. Look at, oh my God, the Bears are just fucking beating the Eagles' ass. They're about to score again. Yeah, but I got the 49ers. I think Brock Purdy is going to be running for his life tonight, or that game. I don't know why I said tonight. I think he for sure is running for his life all game. And Shador, I honestly think he'll have a really good game because he looks like he's changed how he plays quarterback since he's been a starter. He wasn't running around like a psychopath. And he doesn't hold the ball for an excessive amount of time for no reason. So, I mean, it could be good. I would love to see them win. That would be fucking fantastic because I bet on it, which would be fucking cool. If I got all my games right, every one of these that I predicted, that I'm doing predictions for, I bet on. Like I didn't bet them straight up. I bet like the unless I think they're for sure gonna win, then I don't do that. Like I bet the Eagles. I didn't bet the Eagles. Sorry, I bet the Bears +7. I bet the Browns +4.5. I believe. I think that's what I did. Even though I should have just bet them straight up, but I think I just did the spread. But yeah, definitely think that the 49ers are going to lose. I know they're coming off. I think they're coming off of a short week, or is it? Yeah, or they're coming off They got like a longer week, like a little mini bye type thing. But yeah, I think that Quishon Judkins is going to be running the ball really good. I think. Like, what is the Niners defense? I didn't even look at that. Their rush yards a game. I mean, they are 9th, which is pretty good. But I just don't. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be something different. I feel like the Browns are gonna get it. They scored. Who the fuck just scored? Hold on. I gotta check and see who scored. Hopefully it was Roma Dunze. That'd be fantastic. Was it Caleb? No, he threw the ball. Who is it? Oh, fucking Cole Kmet. I bet on fucking. Damn it. All right, well, my bet is not looking good. I bet on Colson Loveland to score. Not him. Yeah, but we will move on to the next one. And Myles Garrett. This is a game. If he can get after the quarterback, he's going to add on to that, and he's going to be real close to breaking that record. And I think he'll do it in like he won't need 17 games to break it. I don't think. So we'll move on to the next one. We start talking about Shadosi and the Browns. Jaguars, Titans. If you hear me say anything that sounds like Pardon My Take, it's because I listen to Pardon My Take like every day. So I get a lot of things, like I hear them say stupid shit, and then I kind of start saying it. So the next one we are going to talk about is the Titans and the Jaguars. I mean, the main thing about this game, I mean, if you're a Titans fan, you want to lose. And the Jaguars, they need a win to stay in the division race because they lost last week. Or no, did they win? Yeah, they lost. No, that's Titans. Never mind. They won last week. They almost lost. That's what it was. It's going to be a big week for the Jaguars because it's all division. It's all division games for their division. They need the Texans to win, which I think they probably will. And then the Saints, or not the Saints, the Jaguars. God damn, my throat. The Jaguars need to win very badly against the Titans. I know that. Well, it sounds like there's a dick in my throat. Anyways, the Titans need to lose. They need to get the draft picks. Whether you're trading it, keeping it, whatever, you need it as high as you can get it. And because especially if you're trading it, you could do what the fucking Bears did and fucking trade a 1 pick. They get a shitty quarterback, and you walk out with a fucking number 1 pick, a quarterback, and then I forget who else they drafted. But I would, if I'm the Titans, I'm probably trading down, unless you want to draft Jordan Tyson or something. But it doesn't really matter. Season's not over yet. And then BTJ is supposed to be coming back, which is big for them if they actually throw him the ball. But also, I think they're about to be looking nice, the Jaguars passing game, because you're going to have BTJ if he learned how to catch while he was gone. And then you have Parker Washington, who's been having a breakout since Brian Thomas Jr. has been gone. Parker Washington's been looking like a number 1 receiver. He's been playing better than Jacoby Myers. And I know Jacoby Myers only been there for like 3 or 4 weeks or something like that, but Jacoby Myers is still good. I mean, if there's not really much to say about this game, I just think that the Titans, they should try it. I mean, they're not going to, obviously, but I think they should try and lose, personally. I mean, you don't have a head coach, so it doesn't matter. It's not like you're fucking playing for somebody. And I think that ETN will probably be balling tomorrow, too. Hopefully, Trevor Lawrence does. Also, my prediction for this game, I have the Jaguars are favored by 6. I have them winning 31-21 because I think that they probably could get a big lead, and then the Titans will do what they've been doing the last couple times that it happens, where they just score like fucking 5 times in the last 10 minutes of the game, and they're just like, oh, we're right here. Don't look. But I think they definitely, the Titans, will lose, and they should lose. And Devontae Smith just got fucking tackled on the line of scrimmage. Love to see it, dude. 5 minutes left, down by 2 touchdowns. Love to see it. Fly, Eagles, fly. More like cry, Eagles, cry. Fucking bitches. Yeah, not really much to say about that game besides it's big for the division and all that. Then we'll move on to the other game from this division. There's a couple of things about this game that aren't really about this game. Well, just one, really. The Vikings apparently are trying to, like, once the offseason happens, which if Daniel Jones continues to play good, I don't know why you wouldn't sign him to an extension. But the Vikings apparently are going to try and go and get Daniel Jones. But I don't see him leaving the Colts because they have a significantly more well-rounded team than the Vikings. They have a bunch of good receivers. They got a great running back. They have a great defense. They have a good defensive coordinator, a good head coach, a good offensive head coach. Like, it's not something I feel like you just want to go and leave. But I could be wrong. I mean, you've seen dumb shit happen. Like the fucking Giants paying Daniel Jones instead of Saquon Barkley when Daniel Jones was playing like shit. And then we have the best offensive team in the league, realistically, with how they've been playing. Hi, buddy. You wanna come and join? But the best offensive team in the league against, I mean, the 3 best defenses in the league are probably the Broncos, the Eagles, and the Texans. And the Texans, I might put them. No, I can't put them. I'd probably say it's the uh, Broncos, then the Eagles, then the Texans. But the Texans defense could be better if their offense was working more because they're not very good at running the ball. I don't think they have great time in possession. Oh, they do actually. They're sixth. But they get sacks, they get interceptions, like turnovers, whatever. And I think they might be getting C.J. Stroud back this week, or like he got a chance. Yeah, Stroud is playing this week, so Stroud's coming back. Hopefully, he can get back to form of what he was a couple of years ago in his rookie season because he didn't have a great sophomore year, and now going into his third season, he wasn't playing great at the beginning of the year. They had one of the worst offenses in the league. Oh, pick that off. Jesus. But yeah, it's going to be a scary game for the Colts. They lose this game, they have the Jaguars biting at their heels. And also, the Texans aren't even out of this division, especially if they win, because they win, they're one game out of first place in this division. If the Colts lose and the Jaguars win, which they should, the Jaguars should win, the Jaguars will be tied for first, which I don't know how because they placed twice still, so the division will be decided in the last 5 weeks of the season. But it's gonna be a battle for the Colts because they have not looked as good offensively the last couple weeks, and their defense also has not looked as good realistically. Like they lost to the Chiefs. Their offense looked they couldn't run the ball. They beat the Falcons, but the Falcons have been not playing great all season and lost to Pittsburgh. The last really good games they've had offensively were against the Titans and the Chargers, and I feel like most teams have been playing fairly good against both of those teams offensively. I don't know what happened. And then, yeah, like I said, the Texans have a chance for the division if they win this game. Like, they're basically out of it if they lose this game because I think they already lost to the Colts. Oh, no, they still play the Colts twice. The Colts have that's crazy. The Colts have, no, I'm so confused. They play them twice? 1-4. Oh, so it's going to be their last game of the season. Got it. So the Texans, the Colts, and the Jaguars, the Colts play the Texans and the Jaguars 2 more times, both of them, the rest of the season. So they are going to be in because they're going to be fighting for that division, all of them. And I'd be scared to play the Texans right now just because of their defense. Their defense can literally win them games. But the only bad thing is for the Colts, especially right now, is that Daniel Jones fractured his tibia, I think. Or no, fibula. I don't even know if tibia is a thing. And A.J. Brown with another big catch. But Daniel Jones fractured his fibula, and he is playing through it. Don't know if that's going to be a great thing or not. I mean, a fracture, it's not fully broken or anything, which is probably worse. But, yeah, I mean, Daniel Jones, it's going to be tough for him because he's going on a fractured leg. Is that your leg? Fibula, tibia? I don't know. I forget which bones are which. It might be in his arm. I don't remember. Fractured fibula, an opportunity for Houston play. Yeah, agreed. But I think that he could get knocked out of this game if that's the case. A.J. Brown just called another touchdown. Maybe I shouldn't have traded him. They started throwing him the ball after I traded him. He's got 2 touchdowns today. Damn, that's ass. Yeah, it's going to be struggle town for Danny Dimes, unfortunately, because he's going to be hurt. You're playing on a fucking fractured leg. It's not going to be fun for you. And then the next game we are going to talk about is the absolute worst game of the week, probably by far. No, that's not the worst game by far, but it is terrible. The next one we're going to talk about might be worse. Dolphins Saints. It's just battle of the shitters, to be honest. No Alvin Kamara. Chris Olave is fucking questionable. I mean, Tyler Shuck, he needs to show something. Like, he needs to. Because if he wants a job, which I don't think he was good anyways, I don't know how he was the second quarterback taken off the board. Or no, was it the second? Or no, he's like the 4th or something. I don't know how this man got drafted over Shedeur, realistically. He is definitely not better than him. He's also like 26. I don't understand how that even makes sense. If you didn't like any of the quarterbacks left at the point of the draft you were in, don't take one. Play Spencer Rattler. Be dog shit. Go and wait until next year and get a pick. Like, I don't know why you go and draft Tyler Shuck. He's not good. He's not going to be good all season. He's ass. Spencer Rattler looked significantly better than him. And then if the Dolphins somehow lose this game, this got to be the last straw for Mike McDaniel. I know that Tua just signed his contract recently. I don't know how you sign him when he's had 14,000 concussions. But I think this is going to be a terrible game. I really don't even like talking about it because it's going to suck. But I think this is a do or die game for Mike McDaniel and Tua. And I also think that if Tyler Shuck doesn't show anything in the next week or two, you might as well just fucking keep. I mean, obviously they're going to keep playing him, but like, because it's not like the Saints don't have weapons. The main part of their team that's really, really bad is their offensive line, their defense. And their defense isn't even really playing terrible. Their offense is what looks really bad because their offensive line is just not great. I mean, it's not. It's not. The Saints just need to start losing. Like, they should be in that part of the season where they're like, yep, let's just lose, get the second pick or whatever pick you would get. And yeah. So, and Devin Neal apparently is going to be starting this game too, so that's cool. That's a good for them. Have a nice young dude get in there. I don't know why you're playing Kamara anyways, because dude is 31 years old, and he's not really like, I know he wants to stay there, but I mean, he's got 471 rushing yards on the season. Like, that's not great. I would probably take the over in this game though, because normally when two really, really, really shitty teams play each other, they score a lot of points. Oh wait, I just real quick, because I think I forgot to do this. My prediction that I had for the Colts and the Texans was that the Texans win 24-21, and I think I said the Jaguars won is 31-21. The Jaguars winning, of course, and the Texans winning the 24-21 game. I mean, there's not really much else to talk about this game. It's going to be shitty to watch. My prediction that I have for this game is 34-17. I just think that Devon Achane and Jalen Waddle are good enough to completely carry this team to a win like that. So I think that they will beat the fuck out of them because the Saints are almost as bad as the Titans, realistically. I mean, the games they've won, the Panthers, right? Yeah, they beat the Panthers. And then I don't remember who else they beat, but it was probably a while ago. I mean, they're shitty. They're real shitty. Kellen Moore, I'm sorry you had to take that over. Hopefully they gave you a guarantee of like, hey, we're not going to fire you for like 3 or 4 years. We'll let you kind of rebuild this bitch. Hopefully the Bears run this fucking clock out. That would be. Oh, it doesn't even matter. They're fucking up by 9 points because the Eagles didn't get the 2-point conversion. Lovely, 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 lovely. Well, it looks like my prediction's going to be wrong, but my bet wasn't wrong because I bet +7 on the Bears. All right, we're going to go to the next game now because I don't want to. This is also going to be a game I'm not really going to talk about a bunch because I don't give a flying fuck about this game. These two games are ass. Straight cheeks. So the Falcons and the Jets. No Drake London again. Yeah, it's this game's going to suck. It's going to suck really bad. I think that Kirk Cousins is starting to get his feet under him, which helps. But yeah, I mean, this game is going to be really bad. The only notes I really have on this game is that Kirk Cousins is starting to look like Kirk Chains again. I mean, he looked very, like, not as good, because obviously he's not as good as he used to be on the Vikings, but he looks better than he did at the beginning of the season or whenever he played. I forget when he played, because I think he played once this season. Oh, yeah, it was when they lost, like, fucking 30-0. No. When did they? I forget. It doesn't matter. Either way, Kirk Cousins is starting to look better. And then Justin Fields talking about him being surprised that he got benched might be the craziest thing I ever heard. Because it is week 13 this week. I think they've had their bye. So he's played 11 games. Yeah, he's played a little less than 11 games, like 9 maybe. He's 1,200 yards passing. JSN has more receiving yards than him. So Justin Fields, I don't know how you think that it's crazy that you're getting benched, but you're a psychopath for that. Like the leading receiver on the season is Garrett Wilson, and he missed like 4 weeks, and he has 395 yards. So it's not. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I definitely think the Jets are losing this game. I think they're going to get the fuck kicked out of them because Kirk Cousins is starting to look better. Kirk Cousins, unlike Michael Penix, is able to make other receivers look better because Michael Penix is a little young. So let's go. Bears got a first down. But he is young. He like Penix is not like able to like at least how I've seen him play. It looks like he's a lot better at looking for Drake London and then kind of like, okay, where else, maybe. But Kirk Cousins, he's been in the game forever. When Kirk Cousins drops back, he's sitting there like bouncing around, looking. So I think that the Falcons are going to win this game, and I think it will be probably a little bit of an ass whooping because the Falcons' defense is really good at getting at the passer. They have a really good pass defense because they got AJ Terrell, Jesse Bates. Like they have a great secondary. They also have Xavier Watts, who they drafted. Like they have a good ass defense. They have some very surprising names that are really good at getting to the quarterback. I think a part of it is also Raheem Morris, his scheme that he has. And also one of the most crazy stats I've ever heard is that it's week 13 this week. And the Jets have one turnover caused on the season. They have caused one turnover all season. They have 0 interceptions on the season. 0. I thought the Bengals were bad. We had 10 before yesterday. Now we have 15. They have 1. That is insane. Makes 0 sense. And then also I have I don't know why you want to play Tyrod Taylor, but I would be getting as many really young dudes out there to see if they have what it takes to play in the NFL as you possibly can. Because, like, what else do you have? Like, you just traded. You have all kinds of first round draft picks. You just traded all your best players, basically. You have young dudes on your defense that are able to stay around, like Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald, whatever. I personally would be trying to play as many young dudes as I can, especially like a quarterback, receivers, which they are, like Mechie and A.D. Mitchell, and they still have Mason Taylor and stuff, Brees Hall. But I feel like, just need to get as many younger dudes out there as possible just to at least see if they can have a chance to play. This should be like a preseason games for the fucking Jets where you're trying to see what you're able to do. God damn. Sound like you fucking got shot. But these defenses are both. I mean, it's not even like the Jets' defense is insanely bad. Like they traded all their players, and their defense still has played better than the Bengals. And not recently, the Bengals' defense has looked good recently, but like just overall, the Bengals are realistically like they are allowing 31 or 32 points a game. It's like the most in a like the to be allowed in a season average wise since 1981 or something. So Bengals defense is historically bad, and we're like the only team in NFL history to allow 26 points. Or just I forget what it was. It's like score 26 and lose, or to allow. No, we didn't score 26. It was allow 26 points in like 8 straight games or something. Yeah, some stupid shit like that because it's the Bengals, you know. But also about this game, well, that's actually crazy. The Falcons and the Jets average the same amount of points per game on offense, but the Falcons get a lot more yards. Yeah. If I'm the Falcons, though, there's no reason for you to be in any way where you need to win these games. Like you need to. You don't have your first round pick. You traded it. Because right now you're giving the Rams, I think it's the Rams, a fucking great first round pick next year to where they could maybe draft a quarterback and have somebody sit and watch under Stafford, which would be ass because I don't want that to happen. But, you know, because I like Stafford. I don't like the Rams anymore because they beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl, but, you know, whatever. About it on that game. The prediction I have for this game is that the Falcons win 28-10. I find it highly unlikely when I did this prediction that the Falcons don't kick any field goals, but could happen. The Jets defense is not great. Yeah. We'll move on to the next one. This game has got a chance to be bad unless the news has broke. Okay. It hasn't fully came out yet, but Baker may be playing this week, so that's good. Bucky is also maybe playing this week. He was healthy, and now he's questionable again. Don't understand how that works, but I mean, Teddy got first team reps all week, which is good because Baker probably needs to rest his shoulder anyways. I know it was his non-throwing shoulder, but you know, you just I shouldn't have double doink. It's funny. It's probably good to have him rest in general. Oh, Walter Nolan's out too. Damn, he's been playing really good. But Joby can't fucking talk. But also too, Baker got hurt early in that game that he got hurt in, and then like they just like let him go back out and play. If he's hurt, don't do what the Browns did to him, because the Browns, they last game of the season, like what was it? I thought they just went for it on fourth down. But the last game of the season for the Browns, like Baker's last year there, they made him throw the ball 60 times and let J.J. Watt tee off on him because they were trying to. I don't know if they paid him off or what, but like let TJ Watt just tee off on Baker because TJ Watt's about to get the sack record. So let's throw the ball 700 times. Like that makes no fucking sense. But I mean, the game is going to be a great game for sure. I think it'll be a lot better now that Baker's playing because the Buccaneers defense has not looked great the last couple weeks. I mean, they gave up 34, 44, 28. The last good game they had on defense was against the fucking Saints. It's going to be, and it depends on how Baker looks too, because if he's really hurt, I know it's his left shoulder that's hurt, but it's also like an AC joint, so it probably is going to like hurt moving around. But yeah, Bucky's back, so that'll be nice, especially for my fantasy team. Hopefully he gets like 70 catches. Baker will probably be dumping it down a lot too because he probably doesn't want to get hurt again. And also Jacoby Brissett, he used to be like the most game manager quarterback you've ever seen, and then all of a sudden this year he's just turned into an absolute gunslinger. Like it is so fucking awesome. I love it. I love when quarterbacks like that aren't on my team personally because I'm scared when they are. But gunslingers are the best type of quarterbacks to watch because, like Baker, you just don't know what's going to happen. They could fucking ball out or they could look like dog shit. Oh, I thought that got picked off. What a catch. Jesus. But yeah, they're saying also that Marvin Harrison probably is not playing this week. Not good news for them, but also probably is good news because Michael Wilson has looked like that he should be their number one receiver. Yeah, I mean, not really much to say about this game. I really hope that I like the Buccaneers just because I like Baker a lot, and I think that they should have they should make the playoffs. But I was fully prepared to talk about them not making the playoffs if Baker wasn't going to play this week because Teddy Bridgewater probably has not started a game of football in I don't even know, maybe like fucking 5 years probably because I mean I know he was on the Lions. Oh no, he did play for the Lions last year actually. Forgot that Goff got hurt like a game or something, and then he started for them. But yeah, I mean, I think that I had two different score predictions down for this. I'm going to say both of them just in case Baker doesn't play. But yeah, I mean, I think this will be a pretty good game. I think because the Bucks are favored by 3.5. So I have my predictions. This is exactly what I wrote down. Prediction: Bucks win 35-27 if Baker plays. So 35-27 if Baker plays. If there's no Baker, the Cardinals win 17-16. So it just kind of depends. I think Baker's going to play, so I think there will be more scoring. The Cardinals' defense is not good. Like I said, the Buccaneers' defense has not been good. So I will be picking the Buccaneers. I almost would pick the Buccaneers with Teddy, but he has just not played enough. We're going to move on to the next one. We got the Rams and the Panthers. For a team that's been playing actually significantly better this year, how they've been getting progressively better this year. I've not seen a team that's 6-6 and looks like a decent team be an underdog of 10.5 points. Did he just miss a field goal? They fucking just missed a field goal. They went down there and kicked a field goal. The Eagles got the ball back because the Bears went for a fourth down trying to end the game. Eagles get the ball, drive all the way down the field. Jake Elliott misses the kick to give them a chance to win, to maybe go win the game if they got an onside kick, which obviously very unlikely. But that is crazy. I'd be so pissed. And he missed an extra point too, which they would have only been down by 8, so they would have just went for the touchdown anyways. Damn, Jake Elliott, you hate to see it, buddy. What's wrong, puppies, huh? Yes. You want to be on camera? What? Come on. Yes, puppies. He's a big. All right. Go get Madison. Go up there, get her. Go get her. She's upstairs. Anyways, back to this game that I was just talking about. I mean, the Rams I think they're gonna beat the fuck out of them personally. There's no J.C. Horn, that is really ass. They have no Christian Roseboom. They're in some trouble. They're in some trouble this game. Yeah, I'm not. I would not be looking forward to this game if I was a Panthers fan. The Panthers do need to win really badly, because if they win and somehow the Cardinals can beat the Buccaneers, which I think there is a chance that happens, they will. Damn, I didn't know the Rams defense was the first in points allowed per game. Jesus. Anyways, yeah, the Rams are probably gonna beat the fuck out of them, and I know that the Panthers need this win really badly because they play 4 division games after this in the next 5 weeks. Or no, it's week 13. There's not 5 weeks left. There's 5 weeks left right now, I believe. It's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's 5 weeks left after this week. They play 4 division games. I don't know what I'm doing. I got a 2-year-old at the moment. Yeah, I still think the Rams are, even with the desperation that the Panthers will probably be playing with because they need to win this game to win their division. This could be a shutout. Like, I really think it could be. But I'm not going to predict a shutout because that would be psychotic. But I think the Rams go out and they show that they are the best team in the league. I know that it's the Panthers. The Panthers aren't crazy good, but I still think that they go out and show that they are the best team in the league. And also, the fucking Bears just won. Let's go. Love to see it. And I also think this could be the worst game that Bryce Young's had all season, because the back end for the Rams has been looking significantly better. Their pass rush is really fucking good. You got Jared Verse. You got I forget the other guy's name. They got what's his name? Brennan Fisk or something. But yeah, I think Matt Stafford's gonna have himself a game that might just solidify him getting MVP, like, for sure. Even because Jonathan Taylor the last couple weeks just kind of fell off. So I think that this could be a Matt Stafford MVP ceiling game this week. It's crazy how quarterbacks, like, they get to like this age around like 35 to 40 and they just unlock something else that is just unreal. It's so cool to see, because I love Matt Stafford, and I know people are talking about, is Matt Stafford going to make the Hall of Fame? It kind of depends on your criteria. I think that Super Bowl should put him in the Hall of Fame that he had against the Bengals, and I think there's a good chance they win the Super Bowl this year. And if he wins another one, he for sure will be in the Hall of Fame because he would have a better resume realistically than Aaron Rodgers. The only bad thing for that is going against Stafford is him when he was playing on the Lions, but he's the only reason the Lions even had a chance at any game they ever played, because Matt Stafford has thrown to 3 people. I think 3. No, well, was on pace for 3. Only 2 now. But what the fuck was the stat? I saw it. I forget what it was. But I know that Calvin Johnson, his first, the most yards ever in a season, Matt Stafford's throwing to him. Cooper Kupp, second most yards ever in a season, Matt Stafford's throwing to him. And Puka Nacua, in his season last year, I think it was last year when he had like a shit ton of yards. It might have been 2 years ago. Matt Stafford's throwing the ball to him. But, Matt Stafford's just unreal. The only thing I really have to say about this game is that I think it's going to be a fun watch, especially if you have anybody in fantasy for the Rams, because I think there's a very good chance that the Panthers don't score 10 points and the Rams score 30 plus. Because my prediction that I have for this game is that the Rams win 38-13. Spread on the game's 10.5, which you normally in the NFL means it's going to be a blowout. And the Rams are also on like a fucking 8-game win streak or something. So, and also they have no J.C. Horn and they have no Christian Roseboom. Like they're gonna be fucked because you're gonna have your second and or third string cornerbacks on Puka and Devontae Adams, and they're getting Tutu Atwell back this week. Like you're gonna be in for some trouble, is what I gotta say. Especially with them starting to mix in Kyron Williams and Blake Corum. It is going to be a bad week for the Panthers fans. Then we got the next game. Let me see. Make sure it sounds like my dog is getting upstairs. Next game I have is the Vikings and the Seahawks. Give me one. Anyways, whatever. So on this next game, we got the Vikings and the Seahawks. I think this is also gonna be an absolute ass beating because JJ McCarthy's dog shit. If we're talking about who 9 is, it's Joe Burrow. It's not fucking no JJ McCarthy. You can suck a dick, JJ McCarthy. Oh, he's out. Oh, yeah, thank God. You will see in my. I will read this word for word what I put because I didn't know if JJ McCarthy's going to play. The Seahawks are favored by 11.5, even bigger than the other one. That's because Max Brosmer, I think is his name, is playing. And I don't think it matters really because the Seahawks are gonna win. They have one of the best defenses in the league, and they have one of the best offenses in the league. They have the best receiver in football at the moment with Sam Darnold. He's coming off of a bad game. I think was it 2 games ago. Sorry, they're coming off of a win against the Titans. Obviously, you should fucking win that game. But Byron Murphy's been having a quiet year. Hasn't really done anything. I mean, they only have 3 interceptions as a team. Probably doesn't help that their defense is on the field so much because they're 30th in time of possession. But JSN is probably going to have a big day. Like probably over 100, maybe 120 yards, unless they are like so scared of him that they start doubling him, which I don't see happening. But I don't really think it matters because the Vikings are going to win this game. Or not Vikings. I don't know why I just said that out loud. The Seahawks are going to win this game. Brosmer played earlier in the season, and he didn't look very good. Damn, Caleb Williams, you are not good. You are so lucky you got Ben Johnson. But yeah, he just Brosmer's not really it. Like I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. It's probably better than JJ McCarthy though, because JJ McCarthy's dog shit. He like really might be the worst quarterback in football. Like not even a joke. Like how he's played. There's people that I'd rather play Jake Browning than him with how he's been playing. I mean, and then it doesn't really matter because, like I said, they're gonna beat the fuck out of him. But it's kind of a toss-up every week on who we're going to see be the running back for the Seahawks that gets the ball more. Hopefully it's Charbonnet because I have Charbonnet, and I'd like to see him play good, but KW's also been balling. Kenneth Walker's been playing a lot better. But, I mean, we'll see. I don't really think it's going to matter. I think that by halftime, they could take their starters out of this game. And the Seahawks defense against Brosmer is not going to be good for him because you would like to start your quarterback that is kind of like supposed to be just sitting behind JJ McCarthy for his whole career. play a decently bad defense, but you're playing one of the best defenses in the league. Like in terms of like almost everything, they're like one of the best defenses in the league. I also had this is a note that I wrote down. Another tough defense for JJ McCarthy if he can play, or it can be Max Brosmer. So the defense is gonna kill whoever it is. Hopefully, I mean, I like the Seahawks too, just because I like JSN and I like Sam Darnold as well. Speaking of this game, this isn't even really a revenge game for Sam Darnold because can't get out of there. They're eating. Can't get out of there. But Sam Darnold is. Oh, I was like, I thought the game was over. Sam Darnold doesn't need a revenge game for this really because the Vikings are dumb for not signing him back, realistically. Because you don't know if JJ McCarthy's going to be good. I know you drafted him like 9th overall or whatever, but like you could see it in the preseason that he wasn't really going to be crazy good. I thought there's a chance maybe he could be good, but I didn't think he was going to be better than how Darnold was last year. Darnold won you 14 games last year. And you had Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones on your roster last year, and you let him go for J.J. McCarthy, who can't even get 100 yards in a game, barely. Makes no sense to me. My prediction that I have for this game, this is what I was talking about. I said prediction, Seahawks, 31-6. Does not matter what quarterback plays, is what I wrote. Yeah, not going to be fun for the Vikings. If you're a Vikings fan, I'm sorry. Not going to be a fun game for you. And then, I'm fucking losing my mind. The next one I have after that's the Raiders and the Chargers. The Chargers just opened Amarion Hampton's practice window, which is good for them because they need him back. Vidal had a couple of good games, but I feel like it's definitely going downhill. Amarion Hampton is a type of running back where even if your line is kind of bad, he still could have good games. I don't think he's playing this week. Yeah, I don't believe he's playing. Can't quit messing with the cat. Go upstairs. Go. Obviously Rashawn Slater's out. But I mean, I think the Chargers are winning this game. The Raiders have quite literally the worst offense in the league, which is embarrassing when the Titans and the fucking Saints are in the same league as you. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much to talk about this game. There's like the best matchup that you can even think about for this game realistically would be Brock Bowers versus fucking Derwin James, which I wrote down. I don't remember why I wrote it down. I think I got it off ESPN or something. Like it was one of their key matchups for the game. I don't even think they need to worry about that really. But because one, Derwin James can probably cover him decently, but all you really need to do is fucking bracket him. Have a fucking safety play, which is going to be harder for a tight end because he's going to be playing inside more. But or just fucking double man him or something. Have one dude play a little over the top, have one dude play a little underneath or something. Because he's the only fucking dude on their team that is realistically a receiving threat. Because Dante Thornton or whatever, he's barely touched the ball this season. Trey Tucker's had like 3 good games all season. And then other than that, Geno Smith is going to give you the fucking ball anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Like they've lost their last 5 games. I think it may be more than that. And they got the fuck kicked out of them by the Browns with Shador. And you're playing Justin Herbert. Like, it's not going to be fun. And they have significantly better receiving options, like 4 of them. But, yeah. But I think Brock Bowers will have a decent game, but I don't think it's going to be crazy good because, like, I think the Chargers are probably just going to try and get in Geno's face because the dude has regressed significantly from last year. I don't know how he's regressed so much. Yeah, he just looks really bad. And then the Chargers, since Harbaugh has been in charge, I think they've played 4 games or something. I forget what it was. I didn't write it down. I wrote most of it down, but I didn't write this part down. Have won all the games since Harbaugh's been there by double digits, every one of them. And I don't see that changing because they're bad. I mean, they're just a terrible team. The Raiders suck. Um, I mean, at this point, you might as well just be playing for a pick as well because you have no quarterback unless you start playing AOC when he is healthy. I don't know if he's healthy or not. Because I'd rather play him than fucking Gino. Gino looks terrible, and AOC at least like keeps you competitive because he's been doing it for the past fucking like 3 years. But yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be a fun game for the Raiders. The Chargers are probably gonna beat the fuck out of them, even though they're not very healthy. Yeah, I mean, doesn't really matter. My prediction that I have for this game is that the Chargers win 24-6. Yeah, I mean, the Raiders just suck. They allow 10 more points than their fucking defense. Or they score. Yeah, their defense allows 10 more points than their offense scores a game. Not a recipe for success, I'll tell you that much. And they don't get to the quarterback. They barely get turnovers. Like, yeah, fuck, you ain't fucking winning. Last time they won, or last game they played was 20-9. Whatever. Ass is what they are. Yeah, Raiders dog shit. I mean, hopefully there's another good game at the 4 o'clock window. I don't know. There's not going to be that many games on Sunday anyways because half the games have been played already. This is the last game for the 4 o'clock window, which will be a terrible game, I believe. Especially because Aaron Rodgers is coming back. So the Bills and that's not good. I did not know that. See, this is why you don't write your predictions down before all the shit's done. The Bills and the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers might be playing. It looks like he is going to play, which is insane to me because he has a fractured wrist. Somebody, when he gets sacked, if his hand is anywhere down here, somebody is easily just like hit, not on purpose, but like hitting that shit, and it's gonna be bad for him. I don't get it. Play Mason Rudolph. You're not gonna. I know they're in it technically still, but they're not winning anything. I mean, the last games they've looked good in, which it wasn't even their offense, was against the Bengals and the Colts, and that was their defense has not looked like that recently. Besides, I guess it did against the Bengals, but that was also Joe Flacco. We have Burrow back now, and yeah, I don't know. The Steelers are not a good team right now. They're not going to have Broderick Jones. Derek Harmon's not playing. The only good thing for the Steelers is that Deion Dawkins and Spencer Brown are out, both tackles for the Bills. I think that's going to be bad news for Josh Allen. I think this could be. I would probably change my score prediction for this now. I think it will be significantly more lower scoring. Just because of that, honestly. But the Bills also just got a new receiving threat, which is nice. They signed Brandon Cooks, which will really could help them out. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why, if anything, you wouldn't go get a big body receiver. Your fucking big body receiver you kept out of the last 2 games because he missed meetings or something stupid. But I do think James Cook should have a big day because this should be a game where the Bills run the ball a lot. The Steelers are the like midway point of allowing rushing yards. The Bills are the best pass defense in the league, so that's not good for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers already only is averaging like 190 yards a game passing. But Josh Allen could have a big day in the air because the Steelers are the worst pass defense in the league. They do get to the quarterback, but their pass defense sucks. I think TJ Watt is going to probably have a really big game. He just passed JJ Watt for the most sacks out of the Watt brothers. Obviously, Derek Watt played fullback, so he's not going to have any fucking sacks. But Josh Allen's coming off a game where he got sacked 8 times against the Texans on Thursday night. They do have they had a shorter week or longer week. Goddamn, I can't fucking think. Fucking idiot. But I think that TJ Watt's going to be up in Josh Allen's ass all game, raw. Him and Alex Highsmith going to be there. I think Highsmith's playing. No, I'm thinking of Nick Herbig. He was the one that was hurt. This game has just a lot of injuries. The Bills really need Dalton Kincaid to play, I think. I know Dawson Knox is still good, but this is also a big game for playoff talk as well because the Bills, I think, the 6 seed. They might be the 7 seed, but I think they're 6 seed. But yeah, they need to win this game, especially to keep a 2-game lead over the Chiefs. Technically 3. No, it would be 3. They win their 8. Chiefs, yeah, because they're 6-6. It would technically be 3 because they've already beat them. So they would basically have 3 games on the Chiefs because of tiebreaker. Same with the Jaguars. Same with the fucking Chargers. And the Chargers need to beat the Chiefs next time they play them. But I think it'll be a big game for playoff. Even though I don't think it's going to be really that big for playoffs because I don't see the Steelers winning. Because this is the type of game that the Steelers would win, like just in their history. But we've seen how that's gone all season. They were supposed to win against the Bengals, and then they went and lost to the Packers after they lost to the Bengals, and then they beat the Colts random. Then they lose to the Chargers. Then they beat the Bengals. Then they lose to the Bears. Like, it's not a typical season. I think there is a chance that this could be Tomlin's last season, and it might not even be because they fire him. He could just fucking leave because I'd be tired of this fucking team after this goddamn long. They're always so mediocre that they can't get good draft picks and go get another quarterback. Like, you would want to be, because I talked to Max about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't want the Steelers to be that bad to where he was like, we've been playing fine. You haven't won a playoff game in fucking 10 years. I feel like eventually would want to get to where you're bad enough to go get a quarterback like a Joe Burrow or like a fucking Mahomes or like just to have like a top fucking like 10 pick. You can get good quarterbacks, I know, anywhere in the draft, and the Steelers are good at drafting, but they're not good at drafting offense realistically because they haven't had a good, really, really good offensive draft pick since like Najee Harris. And that was forever ago. I don't remember. It was like 21 maybe or 20. Yeah. I don't know. I don't see why you would want Rodgers to play, especially in this game, because like dude has a fucking fractured wrist. Why? Why would you want that? Give me 1 second. I'm about to see what things are on while I'm recording so I can turn something on. Some spokes. Oh. I did not know Georgia and Georgia Tech were playing. Let me turn that on. Did not know that. Let me check my bets real quick because I have Georgia winning, but I don't know if I picked the spread or not. By 14, they're up by 10. Need Georgia to go score now. Need you to go score there, Georgia. And don't let Georgia Tech score. I had the spread. They're winning by 14. Or I need them to win by 14. Yeah, other than that, not really much to say about this game. It's the last 4 o'clock games. I think it's going to be a big defensive game. Like I said, I would change my prediction, but I am a man of integrity. I wrote my prediction down. I have the Bills winning 34-17. Personally, I'd probably take it down a little bit. I think the Bills are still going to win. I don't know why, but I felt like it sounded really dumb right there. I think the Bills are still going to win. I think that it'll probably just be more like a 24-17 game instead of 34. But it could be 34 because the fucking pass defense for the Steelers is terrible. I really need y'all to go score a touchdown. That dude just ran into his own offensive lineman. What an idiot. And then we got the last game on Sunday. I'm not going to talk about the Monday game because I'm also going to record on Sunday night. And then, in turn, that will be posted on Monday. And then I'll talk about the Monday game on Tuesday when I record on Tuesday. So forth. So on and so forth. A lot of big news for this game. Pat Surtain is back. Terry McLaurin is back. I don't believe Jaden Daniels is playing. Could be wrong, but I don't think he is. RJ Harvey is about to have a fucking game breakout for him. Maybe take over J.K. Dobbins' spot. Maybe. I don't think that's the case, but I think they could end up splitting carries by the end of it, especially because J.K. Dobbins has never had a full healthy season probably in his life. But the Broncos are rolling. I think they have won now 9 straight games. Was it 9? I think they're 9-2. They might have won 9 straight. They could have started off 0-2. I'm not sure. Because I know they lost to the Eagles and don't remember the other one. They lose to the Chiefs? They might have lost to the Chiefs. No, they just beat the Chiefs very recently. Who did they fucking lose to? Was it the first game? Oh, no, they won the first game and lost the next to the Chargers. Oh, they lost to the Colts and the Chargers. They beat the Eagles. What am I talking about? Don't know what I'm talking about. The Broncos have 49 sacks, which is fucking crazy. But yeah, I mean, this game is literally a good defense. Actually, probably the best defense in the league, realistically, because they don't allow yards. They don't allow points. They sack you. The only thing they don't do is turn the ball over. And that's because half the game you're not even throwing at their fucking best player because you're scared to. But it's a good defense versus a bad offense. The Commanders' offense is not good. Has not looked good all season, really. I mean, they've maybe had a couple of games where they've looked decent, but they're, for the most part, not looked good on offense. I mean, the most points they've scored in the last 5 weeks is 22, and they've lost all of them. And most of those are because they're getting fucked in the ass the whole game, and they have to try and go put up some points. And like PFT said on Part of My Take, you're a Commanders fan. You're basically like, and let's lose this game. Like that's what you want to happen. You want to lose very badly. Because there's no point at all. I think this is gonna be for sure a breakout game for RJ Harvey. I think he will ball. I know he's had a 3 touchdown game, but it wasn't really a breakout game because he wasn't starting at that point. They were just like switching like just giving him the ball. God damn it, Georgia, you fucking punted. Son of a bitch. Make him fumble. Oh, he almost did. I think Mariota is going to be running for his life this game because I don't know what's going on with Jaden Daniels. I don't even know he's going to play. I thought he snapped his arm in half personally. But yeah. And if you're a Broncos fan, you want this game because they're playing a bad defense. You need this game to be a game where Bo Nix looks good the entire game because he has not really had a game this year where he's looked good the entire time. It's always the fourth quarter or he plays like dog shit and then like kind of turns it on a little bit later. Like you need a game where he is good the entire time. And you're probably getting annoyed at this point of how bad he is like being for most of the time. It's probably very annoying because I mean, I've had like my quarterback situation with the Bengals. Like sometimes they can be really fucking bad. Like when we had Andy Dalton at the end of his career as a Bengal, he looked dog shit a lot of the time, and then he'd have some games where he looked good. But we also were never 9-2 like that. So I mean, I can't really say that. Yeah, and then also which is just some random fucking thing, but like I guess they're trying to play the Commanders are trying to play mind games with the Broncos. Sunday night game. And they are wearing the jerseys that they beat the Broncos in the Super Bowl when Doug Williams played. I forget what year it was. It was like 80. No, was it 80? Yeah, I think it was like 85 or something. I could be completely wrong. Don't quote me on it. Let me take a peek real quick. Doug Williams, quarterback, Super Bowl 88. Sorry, that's what it was. 88. But yeah, I don't really think it matters what fucking jerseys they're wearing. They could be wearing the skin of fucking a fucking wizard. They would fucking lose this game because their offense is not good enough against probably the best defense in football, getting their best player back this week. Yeah, it's the Sunday game. I don't know why it's a Sunday game. I don't know how they haven't started flexing games yet, but yeah, I have the Broncos winning 20-7. I think they easily win this game. Like it could be worse than that. I don't like the score could be significantly worse. I just did 20-7 because I don't know what Bo Nix is going to show up. It's kind of scary just not knowing. That's pretty much it for that because I'm not going to talk about the rest of the shit because I'm recording Sunday. But the only other things I really have, and then also before I go into anything else, there's no bye weeks this week. I thought there was. The Patriots don't play, do they? Why is it not showing me bye weeks? Whatever. No, wait, the Patriots do play this week, don't they? Oh, they play the Giants. That's why. That's why. I'm not talking about it right now. But bad thing for the Patriots, they will not have Will Campbell until at least week 18. He got hurt in their game, and very unfortunate news. Because he's been very good. And then there's other shit that I have, but I really don't care to talk about it that much. So we are going to move on to big old rivalry weekend for college football, which right now, Georgia Tech, they are not going for. Oh, they're kicking a field goal. I was like, what the fuck? Miss it. I need you to lose by more. Actually, wait. You can make it. Yeah, make it and then let Georgia go score a touchdown. That'd be fantastic. All right. So we're just going to go into, let's see. Here comes my stupid ass dog. Hi, buddy. Go over a couple of them. It won't take too long. So, you leave? Okay. I mean, you say if you want, you can put it in my back seat, but okay. Yeah. It normally just edits shit for me.
Did you watch it after the chat?
What does it matter?
Because we're having a conversation.
About a car. Be all right.
You like it earlier.
What? Because he was fuck with the cats. Love you. So the games that have happened already. So we have Ole Miss beat Mississippi State. No fucking surprise there. Utah beats Kansas. I don't know how that's a rivalry. Might not be. But yeah, nobody cares about that game. It's big for Utah, but it doesn't really help them because Utah only won by 10. And then we got Georgia and Georgia Tech playing right now. I had Georgia winning by 14.5 because they've been playing so good on offense. But then all of a sudden their offense wants to not show up. So, fantastic for me. Yeah. The other games this weekend of rivalry weekend, we got A&M and Texas. I personally have Texas A&M winning. I think it will be close. I would love to see Texas win, but I also like both teams because I like Arch Manning and I like Marcel Reed. But Texas has been playing really good the last couple weeks. If they somehow can win this game, they could possibly get into the playoffs. Very slim chance that they do because a 3-loss team has not made the playoffs before. But they could, if they win this game, there's a very good chance they could. Indiana playing Purdue. No one gives a fuck. Purdue sucks. Indiana's good. We know that. They're going to fucking beat the shit out of them. And then Arizona State. Arizona State probably should win. They're not favored. I don't really know if Arizona's good or not. Oh, wait, did Sam Levitt? I don't think he's out for the season, isn't he? No, I'd probably take Arizona then. I don't know how they're fucking ranked then, but whatever. Michigan, Ohio State's the next one. The biggest one of the week, the biggest rivalry in probably all of sports, maybe. No, I wouldn't say in all sports, but it's the biggest American sports rivalry probably besides maybe like the Yankees and the Red Sox or something. But yeah, this will be, I think, a lot better game than people think. I think that Michigan has a very good chance to beat Ohio State. I think that Michigan could beat Ohio State. The only thing that I have a problem with Michigan is go out. You have this NIL era. You need to go out, get some receivers. You have the number one QB prospect out of high school coming to your school because you paid him so much money. Go get some receivers. Don't run an offense because I know Shamar Moore or whatever his name is, he's not a great coach, but you can't come into this season with the number one quarterback and not throw the ball. You have to get I know that it's helping Bryce Underwood play good because he doesn't have to worry about having the team on his back like that, but I think he can handle it. The dude is good. I don't get it personally, but I think this will be a closer game than people think for sure because I know Ohio State has the best defense in the country. They have the best receiver in the country, probably the best two receivers in the country. But I think this game will be tight. It's definitely going to be really tight. I don't know why the spread's 9.5. I don't see that happening. I think that especially it's a mental thing too. Like these dudes lost to the Michigan last year. Michigan won 6 games, and Ohio State I think lost 1, and it was to Michigan, and they won the Natty. The crazy thing is, like, I heard Dave Portnoy. I think it was Dave Portnoy. Yeah, it was Dave Portnoy. He was like, "Yeah, would you rather?" Because somebody asked him, like, "Would you rather win the national championship or beat Ohio State?" And he said he'd rather beat Ohio State. I'm like, that's crazy. I would literally blow 10 dudes if I could have one of my teams win a championship. Cincinnati, UC, or the Bengals would I would think about blowing somebody. Not even a joke. Maybe a little bit, but Texas Tech, West Virginia, not really going to be too much there. I think Texas Tech easily wins this game. Like, there's no point of it at all because West Virginia's not really having a good season, and Texas Tech has been by far the best team in the Big 12. And then a really big game is Miami and Pittsburgh. If Miami loses this game, they're like in a doomsday scenario type thing for the ACC because I think actually no because Georgia Tech's about to lose. So I think all of their teams going into national or into championship week will have have 3 losses because it's Miami, Pittsburgh, Georgia Tech, Virginia actually would be number 1, but that's if they beat the Hokies. I think that's it. I can't remember who else is in the ACC. Yeah, either way, would be crazy because I think that would be fucking hilarious if all of them were just tied for the best record. I think that I think I'd pick Pittsburgh to win this game. Miami's just been like very on and off on being a good team or not. So I think I'd probably pick goddamn, I can't talk. Pick Pittsburgh to win. And Carson Beck, he's been looking better because I know he had a couple games like that one where he had 4 picks against somebody. Can't remember, it was a while ago. But yeah, I definitely think that'll be a good game. I think Pittsburgh should win because Miami just, I don't know how they're ranked 12th. They've looked really bad in some of their games. Also, we got the next one, BYU UCF. BYU's going to win. No need to talk about that much longer. Then we have Vanderbilt and Tennessee. I think that I personally picked Vanderbilt to win. I would prefer if Tennessee won because I like Tennessee a little bit. But I think Vanderbilt's going to win because they will need to win this game to get in the playoffs. If they win this game, there's a very good chance they're in the playoffs. Because I think Miami's the 11 seed right now, which they would have to make it in because of that. But if Vanderbilt wins, they should get in over Alabama, I think. Even I know they lost to Alabama, but their losses aren't as bad as Alabama's losses. And then Oregon and Washington, I think Washington is I don't know why. It might just be like a gut feeling type thing. I think Washington might win this game. But Oregon also kind of started looking at like Oregon again last week, so I'm not really sure. It kind of depends on what team shows up, but I think that Kent, what the fuck are you doing? Quit. I think Oregon probably wins, but I just have like something in the back of my head telling me that Washington could win this game. And then Oklahoma LSU, I think Oklahoma wins for sure. For sure wins this game. Their defense is really good. Their run game is really good. John Mateer's looking like he's fully back and healthy, and LSU can't fucking score the ball. So I got Oklahoma winning that game. Virginia Tech and Virginia. I think that Virginia Tech definitely has a chance to win this game. They got like their newfound energy with James Franklin or whatever, but Virginia I think should win. Just like they need the win because if they win the game and Miami loses, they're first in the fucking ACC. So you need that one. Tulane is playing Charlotte. I don't know who gives a fuck about that game. Tulane's gonna win, obviously. If they lose, that'd be fucking funny way to get out of the college football playoffs. Auburn, Alabama. I think Alabama wins. Auburn, they're kind of like on and off on if they have an offense or not because Jackson Arnold and they fired Hugh Freeze or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that this is gonna do anything. Like I think Alabama. I don't know how the spread's 5.5. I personally think that Alabama will beat them by like 2 or 3 touchdowns. And then we got the USC versus UCLA. USC should win. This is a big game for USC because it gets them up farther, maybe have a better bowl game. They're obviously they can't make the playoffs or anything, but it's a big game for them because UCLA sucks. They don't have Iamaleava no more. Or I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. I've heard 8 different ways how to say his name. SMU, California. Don't know how that's a rivalry. Southern Methodist versus fucking Cal. How is that a rivalry? Don't know. But SMU probably beat the fuck out of them. SMU's got a very veteran college football team, so they probably should win. And then Notre Dame's going to beat the fuck out of Stanford, obviously. And then Notre Dame's going to go to the playoff because they don't play a conference championship game. Fucking bitches. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. I personally think that how it's going right now, Georgia should go down in the rankings because they are about to beat Georgia Tech by 7. And Georgia Tech has not looked good, and they only scored 16 points. Bad game. And Ole Miss should probably go up in a little bit. And so we are going to move on to the next thing, which is football. Not football. We're going to football. So in football, if I could fucking, god damn it, there we go. I already talked about the Premier League, so we're not going to talk about that. We are going to talk about Champions League match week 5. I believe it's match week 5. I could be wrong. Arsenal absolutely fucking demolished Bayern Munich. Right? Where is it at? What the hell is this? Why is this so far back? Okay, there we go. They beat them 3-1. Fucking man, one of the dominating the Arsenal's playing a through ball to like a ball Martinelli, and Neuer's for so Martinelli just dribbles past and fucking goes and just taps the ball in for a fucking. Don't know how the fuck you even let that happen if you're Neuer. You're one of the best goalkeepers ever, and you're doing shit like that. Like, come on. It makes no sense. But I think Arsenal, personally, they're the best team in the world right now. They should win the Premier League. They should win the Champions League because they have depth everywhere. Like, literally everywhere they have depth. They have a good goalkeeper. They have great backline, the best backline in the world. They have good backups to the backline. They have a good midfield. They have good backups in their midfield. They have a great front line. They have, like, it's ridiculous. They finally get a striker, and it's fucking paying off for them. I'll tell you that much. Like, I know a lot of people are like always like, oh, well, they said they needed this, and then they finally get it, and nothing happens. Well, it looks like they fucking figured it out because this could have been Arteta's last season if he didn't do anything. But I think this is the year that he gets it done because they might win the double and get the Champions League and the Premier League. And then Mbappe in the game against Olympiacos, which they somehow almost lose. I don't get that. Real Madrid is very confusing. Scores the second fastest hat trick in Premier League history. He scored it in 6 minutes and 45 seconds. I think Mo Salah has the record at like 6 minutes and 15 seconds or something. But Mbappe, he's ridiculous. He's obviously one of the best players in the world, if not the best. I personally would not say he is the best player in the world at the moment. I would probably give that to, oh shit, I don't even know. I didn't have this prepared. Honestly, you could probably give it to fucking like Gabriel or something, or like Declan Rice. But yeah, I'm not gonna put a definitive answer on that because I don't have that off the top of my head and I haven't thought about it. So we're not gonna do that. So don't take me on that. I'd probably say Mbappe though, because he's ridiculous. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes and at this screen. Man City are garbage. They fucking got this. Like, I know they lost 2-0, but Bayern Leverkusen controlled the entire game. Man City looked terrible. They couldn't keep the ball. Leverkusen was absolutely fucking destroying them. Like no joke, the entire game. We had possession and we had shots, but it didn't, like, it literally did not feel like we were like did any of that. I probably doesn't help that we started Rico Lewis in midfield. Don't know why we. And we also started Marmouche up top. Like, we're playing in the Champions League. We're not as good as we used to be. We need to play Haaland. Haaland's a robot. He can play a lot of games. Honestly, one of our better defenders, Kusanov, has been nice. Like, people call him a flop, and they call Nico Gonzalez like he's going to be a flop, and Marmage. Like these dudes, like if you're going off of the history of Man City's recruiting, you should not think that these dudes are going to be flops. And they have been playing decently well as well, so I don't really get that. And then Chelsea absolutely shit on Barcelona. Barcelona, me and my brothers talk about this all the time. Barcelona, they play a high line for their defense, and I don't know why, because it's not like their defense is crazy good. Their best defender is fucking 18 years old. And I don't know why that you would like play a high line like that. Like Hansi Flick's a good coach, but he needs to figure that shit out. I did see also that apparently Barcelona might be trying to look at Harry Kane to replace Lewandowski, which would be fucking nuts. But I don't know if that'll happen because they are a broke ass club. I don't know how they are planning on paying that. And then also Fernan Torres is dog shit. Play Rashford. Just start Rashford over. Rashford's been playing good for you guys. You might as well just fucking start him. Eric Garcia played in the midfield. That is nuts. Dude is a defender. They probably no. He didn't get subbed. But yeah, Chelsea have been playing really good. There's a big matchup in the Premier League this weekend, Chelsea and Arsenal, so that'll be a fun one to watch. But Chelsea, yeah, they just absolutely fucking dismantled them. And then PSG took a shit all over Tottenham. I don't know who scored in this game. I did not see it. William Pacho Vitinha scored fucking 4 goals. God damn, he might be the best midfielder in the world. Not even a joke. He is so nasty. Yeah. Oh no, he scored 3 goals. Did he have an assist or something? They have 5 goals. All Fabian Ruiz scored. That's what it is. Yeah, but they're fucking disgusting, dude. PSG's nice. I don't think they're gonna win the Champions League again this year. But wait, they win the Champions League? Yeah, they did. But Vitinha is not even a joke, probably the best midfielder in the world. There's a chance dude could be the best player in the world. It's like him, Mbappe, Haaland. And if you don't think Haaland is, you're fucking dumb. He's like, if you say, well, all he does is score goals, guess what? He is a fucking striker, pal. That's what you're supposed to do. But it has the goal up top. I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah. But Tottenham are kind of like getting shit on lately. And then Liverpool are absolutely dog shit. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with Liverpool. They can't do shit. And they gave up a penalty in like the 9th minute. Was it the 9th minute? Hold on. Let me go look. 6th minute of this game because fucking they were kicking a corner. PSV's kicking a corner. And Van Dijk jumps up and smacks the ball with his hand. Just jumps up like this and hits the ball with his hand. And then is confused on why they're giving a penalty. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong? Like, are you dumb? Like, Liverpool had 24 shots to PSV's 9, but they only had 2 more shots on goal compared to PSV when they had 8 and PSV had 6, and PSV scored fucking 6 goals on you. Like, that is embarrassing. Absolutely fucking embarrassing. It's pretty much all I have on soccer right now. Yeah. But you know, it's getting to an exciting time of the year because once the year turns is when Champions League really starts going and the Premier League title race starts happening. And the next year we also have the World Cup, which I can't fucking wait for. It's going to be so fucking awesome. Ooh, he might have been down in bounds and he might have came. Ooh, he didn't. Nice. Georgia Tech might have a chance to win this game or tie the game up. Yeah, that's all I have on soccer though. But we will be talking more about soccer as the weeks go on. It's getting more towards the prime of soccer season. So we are going to go on to the NBA next. I'm not really going to talk about games like I did last episode. I'm mostly just going to go over bigger headlines and things like that. So the Celtics beat the Pistons to end their win streak of, I think it was 14 games they had won in a row. Hail Mary, hold on. Hail Mary. Oh, swatted that bitch down. Yeah. So the Celtics beat them, and yeah, I mean, the end of that fucking win streak. Fuck your win streak. We ended that shit. Fuck you, Pistons. But I think tonight is also the final day of the group stage for the NBA Cup. So there's going to be. Do they have NBA Cup on here? They do. Let me go look at the standings and what's going on with that. I clicked NBA Cup and it just says news. I don't. Whatever. Fuck you then. Summer League. Yeah, that didn't help me at all. Thanks, guys. Wait, maybe they have it on here. Sorry. NBA Cup standings. There we go. So the Pacers, they're not going to make it out of theirs. I think only 2 teams per group makes it. Yeah, so they're not going to make it out. And then Cavs in Atlanta, doesn't matter. Cavs are just going to make it through. The only one that it seems like is really going to matter is, maybe it's only one team that makes it. Yeah, I guess it is, because Orlando, if they win, they're through. And then Detroit, if they win, they're through. So I guess we'll see. And it will be on point differential, because if they tie, if Orlando loses and they lose by like 5, then they fucking still should go through, I believe, because it goes off point differential after a tiebreaker. But another thing that I have on the NBA is, can the Lakers make a run this year? Because I know it's only been like 3 games since Bron's been back, but they look unreal. Like LeBron, like the first game, second game they were back. All 3 of them were back, and they didn't even have Ayton. They won. The Lakers did, and Austin Reeves LeBron had 25. Austin Reeves had 30 or 31, and then Luka had 43. They were unreal. The Wizards finally got a win, and then we have a battle of the shit teams tonight, because the Pacers and the Wizards play. Both have 2 wins. We'll see who gets the 3 wins first. God damn, my fucking ear itches. So that'll be fun. See who can get 3 wins. And then LeBron is still deciding if this is going to be his last year or not. I'd prefer if he didn't do the "I'm going to retire at the end of this year" like thing, because then they're going to have to do like the whole like, that's tonight. God damn, I didn't know they were doing all these games today. But yeah, like they have like they're doing all the gifts and stuff. I'm not a big fan of that, because it just kind of seems like, you're kind of asking for that kind of shit to happen. I think it'd be cool to do that, unless you know yourself and you just don't tell anybody. I think that's probably better to do, because then but then I guess people will probably think you're weird if you're like crying on the court, like, this is my last game, And then other thing I have is, these are mostly things that I've read, not that I think, because I will give my opinion after I read them. But I saw a thing that said, is this the year that LeBron loses out his 10-point streak? And I think there is a chance, because LeBron has been close in the past couple years. And he was close this year already. In his first 3 games, I think he scored 11 points. But I think LeBron's going on like fucking 18 years or something of not scoring under 10 points. I don't know what the exact year is. Don't quote me on it, but you could definitely tell me. I mean, I don't see it happening, like him losing the streak, but it definitely could. And then Eric Spoelstra, he goes in the locker room after a win and gets absolutely fucking doused in like drinks and water, or like whatever it was, because he got his 800th win and he had no fucking idea why. No clue. It's fucking funny. Other things that I can really, NBA is just very hard to keep up with and do. Like, it's a lot easier to do once it gets later in the season. But I mean, let's see if there's any big games tonight. So the big games really on tonight is the Bucks and the Knicks. I don't know if Giannis is playing, so it doesn't really, like, the Knicks are favored by 7.5, so that makes me think Giannis is not playing. And then, like I said, this isn't really a big game. I just think it's funny. The Wizards and the Pacers. And then this is a big game, especially for the NBA Cup, is the the Pistons and the Magic, because whoever wins is more than likely going into the next round. And then that's a big one too. Well, no, Wemby's not playing, so it doesn't matter. Well, this is one more thing I have to say about the NBA. If you watch the NBA and you don't think that Oklahoma City is going to go back to back, I think you might have like just not be watching or something, because Oklahoma City is 18-1 right now. 18-1. And they have not had their second best player this season. Makes no sense. Like, they are clearly the best team. They might break the all-time win record this year, especially when J-Dub is back. And he's playing tonight. So that means they're about to fucking shit all over the Suns. It's not good news for the Suns. And then I'm just going to go over this really, really, really fast. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about. Sonny Gray got traded to the Red Sox. Dylan Cease signed a 7-year, $210 million deal with the Blue Jays. Really good for them. And then the Japanese, I love this. This my dude might be my new favorite player. His name is Tatsuya Imani. Said he would rather take down the Dodgers than join them. There needs to be more mentality like that in the MLB. Go and fucking take those bitches down. Don't fucking go over there and join them because you want to fucking win. Nah, fuck that. And then Anthony Rendon agrees to a buyout and now is going to maybe retire. Because it was the last year of his deal, and the Angels were like, "Yeah, fuck you, we don't want you." I don't disagree with you. Dude's been asked for a fucking while now. I think that's going to do it though. This is a lot longer episode. I just had a lot more stuff to talk about, but that will be the end of the episode. And the only last thing I gotta say is, actually, two more things. Go follow the socials: TikTok, Instagram. Don't really post on Instagram a lot. Twitter, YouTube. If you're watching this on Spotify. If you're watching this on YouTube, and Apple Music, and stuff like that. I haven't been able to post them on Spotify and stuff because I don't have the equipment to do that. But yeah, Spotify, Apple. Once we get it to where I can post it, because Max is the one that normally does it, and he's got his shit going on that he's got going on. So yeah, follow us on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe. Go interact with our shorts, TikToks, all that shit. And then the last thing I have is Wanna Parlay. Go to wannaparlay.com. Wanna Parlay. WANNA parlay.com. Use promo code JMP. Get you 10%, or not 10%, $10 to $250, 100% deposit match. You put $250 and you're getting $250 and free money to bet. Go do that shit right now. But that is going to be the end of the episode. Deuces.